What's up, guys? This is my Wonder Woman 1984 review and non-spoiler and then spoiler, okay? So one of the things I wanted to discuss with you guys and get your opinion about it is if you liked it, did you think it was as good? Here's my non-spoiler review first and then my spoiler review. In all honesty, I thought it was okay. A lot of the scenes were extremely forced. They were kind of like, like fit in purposely, if you guys know what I mean by that. So it was kind of like this scenario where you're forcing and inserting scenes in a lot of exposition, a lot of talking, a lot of talking. That's rough, in a movie when you have it. I like the concept and the message behind it. Again, this is the non-spoiler part, and then I'll get to the spoiler review part. And loved the after credits or mid credits surprise scene. I think that was incredible. Also, by the way, I'm keeping my hand up here purposely and kind of blocking the screen a little so I don't get flagged by YouTube, because they will automatically yank the video down if they recognize the video by itself. So you have to be very careful of that for those who don't know. But it was a very fun kind of movie. Definitely more for kids, geared for a younger crowd than the original. The first film was far superior. It was a perfect film. The first film went on the template of the original Christopher Reeve Superman film, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. It went on that, which was fantastic. So that was like a lot of fun, that first movie. The second one here, it's almost like stuff is happening and then she kind of comes in finally. But there's really only like 3 or 4 action sequences that were spectacular. But until you get to them, there's so much talking and explaining, and everything is kind of very carefully spoon feeding and doing all this stuff. But I love Gal Gadot. I love the acting. I love everybody in it. It was cool to see, Pascal as this character, because he did this before he got cast as the Mandalorian in Star Wars. So it's kind of cool to see that stuff. And now the spoiler review, guys. Are you ready? Spoiler alert. So okay, so getting to the fun stuff here in the spoiler arena. I think the concept, what I liked, I'll get to that first. I like the concept of, this wish kind of thing. You make a wish and now suddenly all these, dreams can come true, and then there are these side effects with it. That's a clever kind of a thing. It's more fantasy based. I'm not sure so much as a Wonder Woman type of movie, but hey, they stuck her in that movie. It's kind of like what they did with Hellboy 2, the original. It was kind of like its own movie, but Hellboy happened to be in there. It's the same like with this. This is not really per se a Wonder Woman movie. This is more of, just an interesting concept that utilizes Wonder Woman as a character in it. The thing that makes this movie, of course, is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and that, that motif is very, very important. So I just wanted to say that I don't like how they inserted all these scenes. Hey, there's a chase. Suddenly children appear in front of the cars. Now she has to save them. There's like no build-up. It just kind of comes out of nowhere, if you see what I'm saying. So that's kind of a problem in this movie, that they just kind of stick scenes in. Even my favorite, which was the big spoiler alert, I'm giving you guys again a warning, mid-credit scene where they finally gave Lynda Carter the well-deserved credit that we all wanted her to get, which was fantastic to see her. But that scene was inserted. It felt like it was just like kind of like an inserted type of scene. It didn't really feel like a natural thing. It just felt like it just kind of was tacked on. When they showed the flashback of the original, Amazonian with the gold, armor, that would have been a perfect opportunity to actually show her de-aged Lynda Carter and give her that cameo there, and then that after credits scene. But for some reason, they didn't do that. So I thought that was a missed opportunity, especially because it takes place in the 80s. Why not have her, show herself in the 80s or something cool like that. But anyway, I'm just glad that they gave her just dues there, and her credit. But again, the film itself had a cool concept. Again, with the wish, a little bit of an excuse to, like, I think bring back Steve Trevor. If I'm saying the name right, I'm blanking for a minute. I think Kristen Wig was terrific as Cheetah. I think that her CGI fight scene was fantastic. I thought it was very good. I have no complaints about that at all. However, I think it's sad that they had to make her sacrifice her love for Steve, and and that's she had to lose him all over again. I understand the motive for that, to drive the story forward and things along those lines, but it's depressing, and the movie was overall more for kids. It was much more kid friendly than the first movie. This was like some of the great action. They have great action scenes in here, but not enough. There's far too much exposition, talking, exposition over and over and over and over all throughout the movie. It's exhausting. The love story was fine. The action is fantastic, but again, this constant talk, endless, repetitive talking too. It's not even necessary for them to go that long with the explanation. We got it like really quick. So I wish they would have really cut that down. The story concept is good. The actual execution of the script, very poor. Really, it's not up to par. And that's disappointing, because the script, at the caliber that these people are working at and the budget, it's kind of unacceptable for them to do that with the script. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? This just kind of let me over explain stuff. I mean, I know we all want to do that, but it doesn't translate properly for a movie, so much of that. And then also, of course, the kind of forcing you to feel, oh, now Pascal has a son, so he has to do it for his son, and let's push the son in there. Quick, insert the son. Oh, there's a big car chase. Quick, insert people, little children playing in the street that she has to save. It's like inserting things. Let's insert the cameo at the end. It's just the way it was executed. It could be done better, and you don't, it took me out of the movie, those kind of things. Again, I recommend you see it. It was an enjoyable film, but those kind of things at this level, I think, should have been fixed. Otherwise, I think I'm very grateful that we had a chance to see this, especially with everything that's been going on with the pandemic and everything. So it's nice to see this and have a little treat here. I want your opinions, though. Post your comments and your thoughts below. Let me know. I like the motivation for Kristen Wiig's character, for Cheetah. I think that's kind of cool. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And that is also kind of, puts a good motivation for her. I like the concept of it. Just, again, everything felt kind of forced and, fit in there, so to speak. But again, post your comments below and let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? So also, like, certain things like felt very choppy. Like, how did they get from Egypt back to DC? And then they're kind of just, floating all around. And suddenly she appears in her armor. And again, great nod to the fans having the invisible jet, but she kind of just appeared out of nowhere with these powers. Just, certain kind of things I just thought they didn't build it. Then they kind of force a flashback so that you see that Pascal's character, had a kind of rough childhood, where his, mom was beaten by his dad and he was put down. And okay, but maybe start that way. It's the structure's all effed up. You know what I'm saying? So if you take a movie like X-Men or First Class, they showed those origin stories and it was done in a very successful way. The originals, the structure is very neat. It's clean. It's tight. The Marvel movies have a very clean, tight structure. But then you take a big complex movie like Wonder Woman, the first movie, or Aquaman, that first movie, and those were spectacular. Those were fantastically executed films. Epic, fantastic films. So guys, again, this is comic book artist, writer, and director Greg Weick from BeyondComics.tv. Please make sure to follow and subscribe. Post your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. And as they say in comics, to be continued. And for certain, this was a dream come true when I met Lynda Carter for the first time. I've met her twice, and she was lovely, so lovely to me. And she actually was not seeing anybody backstage, and I told her, security guys, I'm a comic book artist, and would she let me come back, and gave my card, and sure enough, she did. And I thought that was so cool of her. Man, has she held up well. I mean, she's just absolutely stunning, and it was great to see her. So it was great to see her back, guys. But make sure to follow and subscribe, and as they say in comics, to be continued.